We're going to be designing on this extra large wagon wheel, and this was only $19.99 from Tractor Supply, and I think this is going to make a huge statement. We're going to start with this mixed eucalyptus bush. I really like it because it also has the seed heads, and what we're going to do is just remove that tag. So then what we can do is we can come back in with our staple gun. So 2 staples just like that will keep it in place. So again, just pull back that greenery a bit. Take your staple gun and staple it right on. So we have 3 in one direction. We're going to do 3 more in the opposite direction. Up next, we're going to work in some peonies. So these have really large flower heads, which are going to be great to keep this to scale since we have such a large wagon wheel. Essentially, what we can do is just hot glue them right to the existing greenery. This works for year-round use in any style. So we worked in enough peonies. I think what would be nice is to come back in with a little bit more filler material. And then what we can do is just dip them in our glue skillet, separate the flowers beforehand, and work them in. So that's the finished product. Let me hang this up and show you how it turned out. And here's the finished product. I absolutely love the way it turned out. I love the simplicity of it. And like I said earlier, feel free to choose your own color scheme, flowers that match your own decor. You could also work in a bow. You can also work in a sign.
Have you ever wondered what fun project you can make from this crates from your local craft store? I've got a great idea for you. You can grab any size and let's get started. You're going to take some blue painter's tape and tape up the middle section of the crate all the way around. Then grab a color of choice. I'm going to use this nice apple red and I'm going to paint the whole crate. Now I've got this 1-inch wide piece of wood. I'm going to paint it blue. I'm going to cut about the top 4 inches off of this wood piece. You're going to go ahead and get that 36-inch dowel rod and measure it out to 12-inch lengths and go ahead and cut it. We have these wood slices. We've got 4 of them, and we're going to drill a hole into the center of each one. You'll add a little wood glue to the end of each dowel rod and fit it into each of those wheels. Once it's dry, we're taking some white paint, and we're just going to paint the dowels, even though we won't really be able to see those, and the wood slices as well as the wheels. We're coming back to our wood piece here where we've also added a little wood glue. While you still have the wood glue and your crate is dry, apply a little wood glue to the bottom of the crate as a way to attach those dowel rods. You can certainly use something more sturdy, but this actually worked really well. We're going to screw our handle in place using a 1-inch hinge, and then you're ready to go. Place your little wagon in a flower bed or on your porch and fill it up with white or red, blue florals to really bring it all together. And there you go.
Here we have a metal bicycle wheel, and we're going to create something beautiful for the front door that's different than a wreath. And to make this patriotic theme, I have an assortment of blooms. Here's some spray roses, here we have some daisies, and we also have beautiful blue hydrangeas. We're going to need to separate our flowers, so I'm just going to snip each stem individually. After creating a little bouquet in your hand, we are going to secure this with a zip tie. You can find your flowers and zip ties available at nicksseasonaldecor.com as well. And we're going to make sure this zip tie is really tight. Now we're going to do the same thing again. This time I'm going to take 2 of the hydrangeas and layer them. A spray rose, a ranunculus, and we'll throw in another ranunculus. I have an extra daisy spray. I'll work that in as well. And lastly, one last spray rose. So after creating that little bouquet in your hand, you are going to take another zip tie and secure that as well. Now we have our wheel again, and I'm going to take our bouquet, and on one side of the wheel, I'm going to take a zip tie and secure it directly to the frame. Pull it really tight to keep it in place so it doesn't wiggle around, and then just simply remove that zip tie. After doing that, we're going to take our second bouquet and place it in the opposite direction and zip tie that as well. And don't worry about the middle. You're not going to see the zip ties in the end. All of these artificial florals are wired, so we're going to be able to easily manipulate them and shape them and bring them from side to side, and we're also going to work in a beautiful bow. Now I have this beautiful lace patriotic ribbon. It has a beautiful red gingham in the middle, which reminds me of summer, and then the blue lace, which matches the bicycle wheel. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off a length for tails. And it doesn't matter how long or short you cut it. Whatever your preference is going to be just fine. I do prefer my tails to be a little bit longer. I really like the way they drape down in front. You can put those tails to the side for the time being, and now it's time to create the bow. So we're going to take our ribbon. This is wired, and you can also find this from our website. I'm going to create one loop about 5 inches. Create your first loop. Don't do anything special besides take it and just flip it over itself and create your second loop. Now we're going to pinch right in the middle, gather our ribbon together, and we can start creating more loops. So now that it's time to create our next loop, we're going to take our ribbon, reverse it, and gather it towards us in the middle. And just repeat that process over and over and over again until you have your desired amount of loops. Take your scissors, snip off the excess ribbon. Always leave a little bit of an overhang to prevent it from slipping out. Take your pipe cleaner, place it around your bow, come back in with your tails underneath, and secure. Now we can just take our bow and secure it around the greenery or the tines of the bicycle wheel. Just like that. I think this already looks so beautiful, but now let's show you how it looks on my door. And here is how it turned out, and I absolutely love the fun spin on a traditional wreath. You can find these bicycle wheels and flowers in any colors, so you can do this for any season or holiday, and I absolutely love it. So easy to do, very budget friendly, and if you've never made a wreath before, this is perfect for you.
Do you have random faux flowers around your house that don't seem to go together? Start by organizing them by color and type of flower. Fill the bottom of the planter with floral foam stacked vertically next to each other. Tuck them in tightly and fill as much of the planter as possible. Once the foam is snug in the planter, take wooden floral picks and press them into the floral foam with about an inch sticking out. Use 3 to 5 picks for each foam block. Now, take more floral foam or styrofoam blocks and press them on top of the floral picks so the block is secure and doesn't move. Next, create 4 to 5 bows from ribbon and floral wire. Make 3 loops with the ribbon and twist the floral ribbon around the bottom of the 3 loops. Take a wood floral pick, wrap some floral wire around it, and attach it to the bottom of the ribbon bow. Once all the wire is secure, stick the wood pick into the side of a foam block in the planter. Now let's add the flowers. Think in terms of color blocking so that similar flowers are placed in the planter together. Start with tall flowers in the back and then add shorter flowers in a contrasting color in front of them. Go bold with a bunch of faux flowers in a bright, contrasting color and tuck them low and in front of the other flowers. Fill in empty spaces with faux greenery. I hope this inspired you to create a bold and beautiful DIY faux flower arrangement using random flowers from around your house. Thanks for watching Home Talk. See you next time.
The flowers I've chosen today are really bright and cheerful. These are forsythia flowers. What we're going to do is break these into smaller stems. So we need stems about 16 to 18 inches long. And the best thing you can do if you've never worked with florals before is to have different lengths. Not everything has to be the same length. We do want some to be shorter and some to be longer for the best effect. So for example, we have a smaller one here and a longer one here. And we're going to break down about 5 or 6 of these stems. After adding a little bit of hot glue, we're going to just insert this into the grapevine. And like I said before, having different lengths creates a really cool effect with your design. As we're designing a full floral wreath today, we do want to make sure all of our stems are going in the same direction around the wreath. Whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise, the choice is up to you. As long as you're consistent, you'll have a beautiful outcome. And the reason consistency is key is it really creates a nice flow and it's really appealing to the eye. And all we're going to do is just fill in. So wherever you see a gap where you need an extra flower or two, that is where you're going to work in the remaining few flowers. So I see a place right here that we're going to have extend out to fill in that gap, and then we have one stem left. So I love the simplistic beauty on this, and I think this is going to make a huge statement on my front door. So now let's hang it up and show you how it turned out. And here is how it looks, you guys, and I think it turned out absolutely stunning, and it was so budget friendly. A couple of dollars for the grapevine, a couple of dollars worth of forsythia, and if you've never made a wreath before, this is very beginner friendly. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nick Creticos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and you're watching me on Home Talk. See you in the next episode.